Nothing exists except atoms and empty space. Everything else is opinion. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. A man enslaved to wealth can never be honest. Everywhere man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character and passion, his mistakes and his weaknesses. The wise man belongs to all countries, for the home of a great soul is the whole world. My enemy is not the man who wrongs me, but the man who means to wrong me. Life, unexamined, is not worth living. The brave man is not only he who overcomes the enemy, but he who is stronger than pleasures. Sexual intercourse is a slight attack of apoplexy. Our sins are more easily remembered than our good deeds. People sometimes rationalize their greed by saying that it is all for the good of their children, but this is nothing but an excuse they use to make their despicable actions appear respectable and praiseworthy. It is better to destroy one's own errors than those of others. The sweetest things become the most bitter by excess. Man is a universe in little microcosm. Men find happiness neither by means of the body, nor through possessions, but through uprightness and wisdom. The pride of youth is in strength and beauty. The pride of old age is in discretion. More men have become great through practice than by nature. If your desires are not great, a little will seem much to you, for small appetite makes poverty equivalent to wealth. Medicine heals diseases of the body. Wisdom frees the soul from passions. Hope of ill gain is the beginning of loss. Envy creates the beginning of strife. It is hard to fight against anger. To master it is the mark of a rational man. You can tell the man who rings true from the man who rings false, not by his deeds alone, but also by his desires. Happiness does not reside in strength or money. It lies in rightness and many-sidedness. The wise man's home is the universe. Many much-learned men have no intelligence. Men should strive to think much and know little. It is hard to fight desire, but to control it is the sign of a reasonable man. The person who can laugh with life has developed deep roots with confidence and faith in oneself, in people, and in the world, as contrasted to negative ideas with distrust and discouragement. The animal needing something knows how much it needs. The man does not. The first principles of the universe are atoms and empty space. Everything else is merely thought to exist. Raising children is an uncertain thing. Success is reached only after a life of battle and worry. Some men are masters of cities, but are enslaved to women. Men will cease to be fools only when they cease to be men. One should practice much sense, not much learning. Good means not merely not to do wrong, but rather not to desire to do wrong. The word is the shadow of the deed. Everything existing in the universe is the fruit of chance and necessity. Soul and intellect are just the same things. Moving in space, the atoms originally were individual units, but inevitable, they began to collide with each other, and in cases where their shapes were such as to permit them to interlock, they began to form clusters. Water, air, fire, and earth. These are simply different clusters of the changeless atoms. Immoderate desire is the mark of a child, not a man. We think there is color, we think there is sweet, we think there is bitter, but in reality, there are atoms and a void. By convention, sweet is sweet. By convention, bitter is bitter. By convention, hot is hot. By convention, cold is cold. By convention, color is color. But in reality, there are atoms and the void. That is, the objects of sense are supposed to be real, and it is customary to regard them as such, but in truth, they are not. Only the atoms and the void are real. Poverty in a democracy is as much to be preferred to what is called prosperity under despots, as freedom is to slavery. Reason is often a more powerful persuader than gold.